Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Top Flight Pod. You know what it is. You know what we're here to do. We're back in the studio today. Beautiful Austin, Texas. I'm with the boys. We got B here to my left, Bali here to my right. Off camera on the ones and twos, we got Logan, Verde Nation ATX, and my G Primo. Of course, as always, we'll start off with B. How are you doing, mate?
Doing good. It was a pretty warm weekend, but we're here and happy to be here as always. Sundays to talk about it.
It got hot.
It got hot. It was hotter than the Wednesday game.
Yeah, Wednesday felt good, actually.
Wednesday felt great. Today, this past weekend was hot.
It's tough. Bali, how are you doing? Wearing all black?
Blessed, very, very happy. Beautiful Sunday, man.
By the way, happy birthday. You haven't been on the show in a couple episodes. Just want to say happy birthday.
Yeah. You've been talking crazy on the show too, man.
I've been listening.
You're talking crazy, but it's okay.
Crazy.
We'll talk about it today. Okay.
All right. Primo, Verde Nation ATX. How y'all doing, mate? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying the Sunday. It's a good Sunday so far. It's pretty hot, but I think we're all used to it.
You ready for the Cup final?
I'm ready for the Cup final.
Tottenham?
Tottenham.
Okay.
Coys.
How you doing, mate?
Yes, sir. Doing good. Happy to be here. Got a lot to talk about, but shout out to everybody who pulled up to the fan reactions after the game. I know, H, we gave you the night off, spending time with your family, so love that, man. But definitely happy to be here.
Now, Bali, you got a little package right there, man. You want to open it right now?
Of course, I'll open it right now.
So we got a little birthday gift from LA.
From LA.
They sent it to...
What is it? I mean,
to the headquarters.
What do you think it is, bro?
Let me get your mic. I got you. Go ahead. Open it up. They sent it to us, to the headquarters. Now, you've been out, so I haven't been able to give it to you, but...
What is it? Smells very strong.
Okay.
Smells very strong. I mean, I hope
nice little package. Are we getting this?
Damn,
nice.
It's wrapped up nice, too.
Very nicely wrapped up.
How did you get this to the airport?
Bro, did we double check? Would it be something else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do we want to show this on camera?
Let's open it up. From LAFC fan Juan Vargas. Thank you, Juanito.
Oh, Juan Vargas.
Vargas.
That's something right there.
What do we got? Pull it out.
I'm playing.
Let's see what he gave you, mate.
Open it. Yeah, Bali, come on, yeah.
For the folks listening
Échalo pa' allá,
Bali is opening up a gift he got from LA from my G Juan Vargas, LAFC fan. If you're watching on screen, you can see.
Okay.
He told me he wanted to send you a pair of shorts, bro, because you're always wearing shorts. And today,
Hey, brother, who's live?
you're wearing shorts right now.
You know what? Crazy. Yeah, I thank you for the gift. I appreciate it.
Can I see you?
I thought there were LAFC shorts for a minute, so I was kind of like,
Bro, he's wearing them right now. They sent Bali some shorts where he's wearing these right now. Literally.
Bro.
Great gift.
Yeah, awesome gift for
Hey, no cap. Fire, bro.
Yeah, fire. Let me see.
You gotta wear this to the pod,
Let
bro.
me see what brand it is.
I think it's like maybe
It's
LA.
Balenciaga.
Saint Laurent? No?
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
No, Balenciaga. Hey, I appreciate you.
Shout out to Juan. Shout out to everybody that supports my G Bali, and of course, happy birthday.
Thank you, Juan.
Like
I appreciate
said.
you.
Shout out Juan too.
I'll see you soon. I'm going to LA.
Now,
Juan's hilarious.
I'm going
on
to
X,
LA.
bro.
I'm taking over LA.
Crazy.
I do want to send a shout out to the Patreon and Discord members, of course, and also shout out to Tu Pepito Venezuelan restaurant that we have a collaboration with coming very soon. A little sponsorship that we made with them. So expect some of their logos across our content here in the next coming weeks. So very excited to get that going. Also, of course, shout out to the Academy boys. They did their thing over there in Flex. Multiple age groups were absolutely bossing it in their games. We had the U15s, kind of stand out. They were first place. They've been doing so well with their coach and really that group. But also the U18s also doing fantastic. They're headed to the playoffs too. You had to do well at Flex to have a good second part of that, and that's exactly what they did. So shout out to the Academy, shout out to the youngsters, shout out to the coaches as well. Very proud of the Austin FC name in those competitions. They're doing good things, doing good things. But with that, also, we got to mention Austin FC too. They had a big win against Ventura County. They were the first team in the West, so it was a huge win, but also much needed. Austin FC2 is currently struggling this season. They're like amongst the lowest teams in the West right now, but it is a development league, but boys, we got to get some of these results. We got to close some of these games out and actually start getting points on the board, because it's not good for Austin FC2 if we're really being serious about it right now, but hopefully better things are coming, but hopefully some of those academy products are moving into FCito, and we'll see what happens there. But other than that, gentlemen, we can get into the match. Austin FC against Vancouver last night, 0-0 at home. It was an interesting match. Austin FC had the opportunity to win it. They had multiple chances. Bukari was probably lights out. He had his best performance in an Austin FC jersey. I don't know. That's what people were telling me. He didn't score a goal. He didn't assist, so that's a little bit of a debate, but he did look good. And B, I'll start off with you, mate. Your overall thoughts on last night's match?
Yeah, I think Bukari had probably his best game in in the Austin FC jersey, if I'm being honest. The whole team, I think, came out with fight. I mean, they wanted their get back from that 5-1 embarrassment. Kind of, you could tell, you could see it on the field. Like, they came at this game to attack, to try to win this game. The goal never came, but I love to see that change of attitude on the pitch compared to all these games that we've had before, you know? The attitude of just, you know, kind of passive. We didn't see that this game. We saw them take it head on, and I like to see that. But the goal never came, and that's been our issue the whole season.
Now, Bali, before I ask a question, I want to get your general thoughts on last night's match. I mean, Austin FC 0-0 against a top side Vancouver, a team that was coming into Q2 Stadium, you know, in form. They're having a great season. You're looking at potential CCC champions. Maybe they could lose the final two. Cruz, Azul, two very good teams in that competition. But this is the team that's also first in the West. This is the team that's competing for the Shield. This is the team that slapped around Messi's Inter Miami. And Austin FC holds them to a 0-0 draw at Q2. So your general thoughts?
Well, you know, to me, we just couldn't finish our dinner. You know, we had opportunities. Bukari, you know, Brandon. You know, there was opportunities to win, and we didn't capitalize. And to me, it's just I feel like Vancouver's going home happy. You know, Vancouver came here, didn't play well, and yeah, they got a point. They stole the point from us. So that tells you the whole story. You know, we draw at home is not good enough for me. I'll be real, not good enough.
Against Vancouver?
Yeah, against Vancouver, against anyone.
Come on, bro.
Against anyone. You know, against anyone. You know, we home games are a must win. And we just couldn't finish our dinner. We couldn't find the goal last night. You know? Our 3DP started too, and we couldn't score.
That's the question that I wanted to pose after I got your general thoughts, and you kind of bridged it perfectly. The question I want to ask, and I'll get your take B first, and we'll go to Logan, we'll go to Bali as well. Was the 0-0 a good result for Austin FC against Vancouver last night at Q2 Stadium? Because I have a quote here from Coach Nico that, you know what, I'll just get your thoughts first.
No, I mean, looking at it on paper, coming into the game, the vibes, Bali, if I would have told you, hey, would you take a point this game, you would bite your hand off for that, brother. And now we got to win at home. Come on.
Not at home.
This is the top team in the league. They're in the they could be champions of CONCACAF. Like, I'm telling you, this is they're a good team. And we held them to a point. To me, that's a positive result. But if you look on the performance, we should have won this game, brother. If it wasn't for their goalkeeper, Takaoka, he had a stellar game.
And I was gonna say, you know, you say Austin FC held Vancouver to a point. I think Vancouver is leaving Q2 Stadium feeling lucky. I feel like they were on the ropes. If this was, remember how you said if this was a boxing match in Canada, the ref would have called it, right?
Yeah.
If this was a boxing match last night, Vancouver's on the ropes. They don't get knocked out, but they're on the ropes. And Austin is the aggressor in this fight.
They were on the ropes and we kept missing. That's why they didn't knock them out.
In this game, for me, both of these teams went 12 rounds. And Vancouver's the champion that the referee gave the decision to.
Okay. That's fair. But like I said, on results-wise, if you look at the league, if you look at the results, if you look at the opponents, where they're on the table, this is a great point. But if you look at the game and all the missed opportunities that we had, their goalkeeper having a stellar performance, you would definitely think that this is a not a good result. We should have won this game, and I agree with that as well. But we're looking lower here. We're in the league. Like, we're trying to get these points. You know what I mean? 2 points in 2 games against
ATO
and Vancouver. Like, what did you think we were going to come into?
Those are our expectations now. And there's 2 points. You know,
no, I'm saying, how many points did you think we were going to get?
A draw at home is a great result for us. Amazing result for us now.
I mean, against the best team in the league.
I don't know what.
I
don't know what's going on with Austin FC fans now. I really don't know. I mean, if we're gonna lower our expectations, let's just go ahead and just do it now. Everyone just go ahead and we'll just cruise to the league. We don't care about the league.
Bali, what did I tell you?
Focus on the U.S. Open.
What did I tell you earlier, mate?
Focus on the U.S. Open.
I told you earlier this. I said, Bali, It's not that we're lowering our expectations. It's that we see the reality against Vancouver.
No,
Vancouver was to come to Q2 Stadium and steamroll this Austin FC again.
That was the vibe
they were
all
gonna
around.
come to Q2 Stadium and demolish this Austin FC again.
That was your vibe too.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And let me read you this quote from Coach Nico, right?
Yeah, the arrogant Coach Nico.
Arrogant.
Oh,
Go ahead,
now?
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, not-
Okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh,
Go
I'll
ahead.
read it.
Keep it up, keep it up. Keep it up, Nico.
Coach Estévez says, quote, "We're giving a lot of praise to Vancouver about how much of an amazing team they are, how hard they are, how good they are. Then they come here and we're able to, and I didn't see them today. I saw one team." And he said this. He said that after the game, the Vancouver staff came over to the Austin FC staff and said, "You guys should have won this game." How does that not fill you up with fire if you're Coach Estévez going into the post-match press conference to say something like this? Now he's arrogant, mate.
No, man, they felt sorry for him, I bet. The Vancouver guys. They felt sorry for him because, you know, the way that you're speaking, like you did something. You played at home and you drew. You dominated. You played very well. The team played very well, and we didn't score in front of our fan base. A draw. That's enough for everyone to be happy about.
Like I said, it is Vancouver, mate.
Against Vancouver. It is Vancouver.
Nah.
We keep saying it is Vancouver. We played well. We should have
bro,
won the game.
to me, bro,
forget Vancouver. We should have won the game.
You could tell that this team was talked and prepped for this game, bro. You could tell that Nico Estévez drew up a game plan. The players were on board with this game plan, and they came into this game trying to execute a game plan. And guess what? On the field, it's hard to say because they didn't score, but on the field, they kind of did. They executed. They made Vancouver look weak. The great Vancouver, like Nico says. And I like this kind of talk, if I'm being honest.
You like it?
I like it.
You back it?
I like it, yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Keep it up, look, Nico. Keep up the showing off, being cocky. Yeah, what, man? We have to respect their former champions, like you did against LA, against Galaxy, and all those other games that we played against. Keep it up. Keep this aura about you. It's okay. We're working. It's a process. Keep it up. Look where Josh Hoof ended up. Look what happened to him. The same thing will happen to you. Trust me. Keep it up. Keep it up.
This is week 14.
Keep it up.
This
Keep
is
it
week
up.
14.
We
right?
love it.
This is week 14, right? For 13 weeks, I heard the same kind of people saying, "This is a weak, soft coach. I'm tired of this weak mentality." He gives you an ounce of action, aggressive, and this is
Fire.
the reaction.
I'm telling you.
This is the reaction.
He
telling
is.
you.
We drew at home.
What do they want?
We drew at home. Did we win? No, we didn't.
This
we
is
drew.
Vancouver.
We drew.
It's Vancouver, bro.
Vancouver.
Oh my God! But you know what?
Vancouver. At home. Remember, we played at home. We played at home last night.
I know.
We played at
Goal
home.
didn't fall,
and we dominated. And we didn't win the game.
Coach Nico also said this.
Perfect.
Coach Nico also said that Vancouver's lucky that we didn't score the 5 on them that they scored on
That's
us in Canada.
facts. That's facts.
He said that we could have very well scored 3, 4, 5 on Vancouver. They're lucky.
But we didn't, man.
We didn't, of course.
The guys didn't finish their dinner.
Now,
Sucks.
Verde Nation, mind you, Logan, come in on this conversation. Give us your take, and then I'll read some comments from Instagram on this very quote from Coach Estévez.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We definitely came out strong. It looked like we outperformed them. So, I mean, I agree with the sense that we really should have walked away with the dub. I mean, am I okay with the point? Definitely. You know what I mean? Especially coming off a 5-1 defeat. The last time we see these guys, we all know they're one of the top teams in the league. So, you know, am I happy with the point? You know, I would have been less happy if we lost. So, I mean, I'll take the point. We got to keep moving. It's a busy month, so we just got to keep
100%.
keep going. But the way we played, I definitely think we deserved the dub, and we just can't keep. It's not sustainable to keep going like this, you know, because at the end of the year, all these points that we're dropping, they're going to add up. And they're going to matter. So, you know, for how long can we keep saying, oh, you know, we're not finishing our chances? We have chances, 15 shots to 5. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just hopefully we can get it.
And just to play devil's advocate and, you know, not to side with Bali, but just to see the point of view from maybe the other side, right? This is a Vancouver that their coach said this was our worst game. Bali is saying we're at Q2. You could have beat Vancouver, and it would have been a massive statement. It would have been a huge statement. You don't finish your dinner, right? Just like Bali is saying. Bukari doesn't really finish his chances. Maybe there were some other chances here and there, but Bukari is the one that kind of strikes me as the one that having some of the best ones. And maybe it's a missed opportunity, right? Because this was a beatable Vancouver, but also this is still Vancouver. And a sign of a good team is when you can get a result by playing poorly, by playing badly. But as I mentioned earlier, they were more on the ropes than the aggressor in this match. If I'm being real, and Austin could have won it 100%. But just like you said, B, a point before going into this game. If you told anybody, would you take a point against Vancouver at Q2 tonight? I feel like they would.
And
I
it-
really do.
And what changed everybody's mind is what Bali's upset is we saw in the field how we were at them, bro. We
Yes.
were right there. We
But
were.
you only have those are tinted glasses from that night.
That's what I'm trying to
Yes.
take those tint. Take that tint off,
I see
brother.
what you're saying.
Take that tint off is what I'm saying. Come on.
Unfortunately, it was a winnable game once the 90 started. Once the game started. Bali, anything you want to add on that?
No, I mean, I told you what I said already, man. To me, we should have won. We didn't. I'm disappointed, honestly. I wanted to win, especially at home. The way we played, we deserved it, and we didn't. You know, we had to keep the draws going, and I feel like everyone's happy online and here. So I guess I should be happy too. I guess I should be happy too with the draw. And
Why
then
do you do that?
And on
Bro, I'm
Wednesday,
not happy.
hopefully we see a different Austin FC and hopefully we win. Hopefully we win. But if we don't, hey, we'll be happy too.
All right. Now, some comments here from social media. Elena R.ATX says, Nico, you talk a lot, but please put the batteries on. You're doing bad right now. Pretty much saying like, hey, come on, guys. Where's the
Ponte las
energy?
pilas.
Ponte las pilas. Mr. J. Torres says, stop making excuses. Who cares about the other team? Good teams don't give a damn about the perception of teams coming in. Weak. And then he also
you go.
says, beat Houston or we're going to have problems.
Yo. Ooh, Nico, keep going, Nico. Keep it up, Nico. I'm telling you, your days are numbered, buddy. Keep going. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
And Dr. Everybody says all a coach can do is put players in position to succeed. Nico's been flexible with tactics, has the team creating chances, and has kept the guys engaged. So much better than last season.
All he needs to do is score the goals for him, bro. I guess that's all he needs to do is
Who was
make
that?
Vasquez
Who
score
was-
the
who was
goals.
that? Who was that? Who was that?
Dr. Everybody.
Doctor, everybody. Oh, man.
Hey.
Whoa.
Diego Negrete.
Whoa, doctor.
Diego Negrete says, let's be honest. That was our best game since San Diego. If finishing can click, it opens up the season. If we continue to struggle to put the ball into the back of the net, it's going to be a long season. For sure. For sure.
question.
He
That's
said
the
that,
question.
he said that was our best game since San Diego.
Since San Diego.
I think so.
Diego Negrete.
Diego, that tells you everything you need to know, buddy. The
let's
best
see.
game
I'll
since
read-
San Diego. That's
I'll
all you
read
gotta
one
know.
more. I'll read
That's
one
all you
more.
gotta know.
Zach G0103 says, I really hate this man's interviews. If you saw one team, why didn't the team score or dominate? Austin did.
They dominate. They dominate. They dominate.
Wow.
And then last one. Ivan A. Vinch says, you didn't see them and yet we were not able to beat them? The team is getting there. Deserving will not get you anywhere in football, and you know that, coach. Un poco de autocrítica no vendría mal.
Oh my God! So when he blames
You know,
himself,
I mean, look-
but and now he's
mean-
coming out like you can't please everybody.
Also, just quick to note, I mean, we get from Austin FC Communications. Austin FC held Vancouver to its lowest, shots in the season, 5 shots on target, 2. Austin having 16 shots of its own. No team has outshot the Whitecaps by a bigger margin in 2025. So on paper, we did dominate, but
Who tweeted that?
Austin FC
Austin
Communications.
FC At the end, he should have put, and we drew the game, and we didn't win at home. Should have added that at the end. Should have added that at the end. Everything was perfect, but you should have added that at the end. Come on, man.
All right, guys.
Come on. Come
let's-
on, Austin Communications. Come on.
Let's talk about some individual performances, all right? Osman Bukari, highlight of last night.
You
at
said he
QT
looked
Stadium.
dangerous. You said he looked dangerous. Dangerous.
Did he not?
No.
Oh,
he
my-
played well, but dangerous.
Okay, well, let's
played
actually
He
get
played
into
good.
it.
He played good.
Best game. Best game.
Let's-
in Austin.
Best game for us and for Austin. That says a lot. Honestly.
Let's get into it. Bukari, at the end of the night on Foot Mob, his match rating ends up being a 7.4, right?
7.4. Wow.
Best player in the attack.
7.4.
Best player in the attack for Austin FC. Now, mind you, he did not grab a goal. He did not grab an assist. The game did end 0-0, but there are multiple people on social media and on the Spanish pod that were saying that this was Bukari's best game in an Austin FC jersey. B, do you agree?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
I agree. I think so. And then plus because the telescope has been on him pretty strong these past couple of games. Like people were starting to ask questions, and I don't know.
Rightfully so.
You know, and then there's even to the point where his old club maybe wants to buy him back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe he's realizing or something, and he's like, all right, we got to turn this up. And this is the Bukari that we wanted to see. Like this version of him on the pitch. Let's see more of this Bukari. This is the Bukari that we wanted to see in the beginning, you know? I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's showcasing like, hey, I'm not, you know, there's
Now-
clubs looking at him, his old club, maybe. I don't know.
Before I go to Bali, there was a quote that he gave our coworker, our colleague Alex, there in the locker room post match, where it seems like he's hinting at some off-field issues.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
he's
for sure.
hinting at some
For
like
sure.
mentality issues or whatnot. But Osman Bukari says, "Quote: It's been hard for me. The past month has been hard for me. I'm still working on it. I know they expect a lot from me. Right? there was a little bit of paraphrasing there at the end because he does mention some other things that, they don't really contribute too much to the quote. But the whole thing is kind of, he's saying that he knows that the fan base and the coaches expect a lot from him, but that it's been hard for him. I guess maybe adjusting to MLS, this new life. And Logan, you said that there was also another part to this quote that stuck out to you. What was that part?
Yeah, this is, and if y'all haven't seen it, I mean, definitely go check out the We're Awesome TV Instagram. Alex is doing a lot of work getting these interviews, so it's just good to see these raw emotions right after the game. But yeah, he kind of mentions how MLS is a growing league in the sense that, people, maybe when you're coming from Europe, you maybe think of it as like you'll be able to come in here and dominate. But he kind of adds that, if you're coming from another country thinking that you're going to be able to just, acclimate and just, run your game, nobody knows who you are. You know what I mean? You have to prove yourself. And he was just kind of adding to the fact that, you can't really look at MLS as a lower level league. He was definitely giving some praise and just kind of saying, things in general, just like you're mentioning, off the pitch too, it's a lot to have to adjust to. So yeah, definitely more going into it.
So Bali, with all that context, right, and all the criticism that's been thrown at him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I said that I wanted to see Haddad over Bukari this game, and he kind of did put my point down and saying like, hey, this is what I can do. Bukari post-match, he also tells Alex that in his mind last night, he was going to go all out. Yeah. And he did. It really did seem like he went all out for Austin FC. You got to wonder where that's been at. You got to wonder why don't we see that week in and week out when you're a designated player in MLS, right? For a team like Austin FC. He played 90 minutes. He had a total of 3 shots. 2 of those were on target, created 2 chances, 75% pass accuracy. I mean, he's getting shouts of best game ever for Austin FC. But, do you give him like a hall pass for the first 14 weeks now because he's saying, he's been maybe dealing with some stuff outside the field?
No.
This game?
No, I don't. But, man, looking at that interview, I honestly do feel like a man that's going through something, maybe broken, maybe something's going on, and I don't want to come here and destroy him, because after seeing that, it kind of opened me that, he's going through a lot. It's not easy being far away from home also. He's far away from his family. Maybe he's alone. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of friends,
but the thing is, Bali, is like you're getting paid to play this beautiful sport. Yeah. You're getting well taken care of here. Austin's a great place to live, bro. Like, maybe he's got, he misses his family, maybe his culture. You don't really see a lot of, his culture here that much. Yeah, this is a big culture shift. There's a lot that has to do with his mentality. But, I mean, you're here. Like, you're
here. But he's also human. He has feelings too, So he goes going through something.
There's a lot of things. Money came by.
I don't want to destroy Bukari. To me, he did not look dangerous. Let's get that straight. He did not look dangerous. Did he play well? He did play well. He looked very, very good out there. And I feel like in one of the plays, I feel like, and it was a cross by Beto, and he jumped and he headed that ball. I mean, that was great. That looked amazing. That should have been a goal.
I had never seen him do that before.
Me either. And that
was a great save.
That looked like it was going in. Then that was a great save by the Vancouver goalkeeper. So stuff like that, we just need to see more of that.
This is the first time this is what we let's be real. This is what we expected to see. When he came
I agree. Yeah.
Honestly, this was the best version of Bukari. I won't say this was the best game he's ever had because he didn't score. He didn't even.
I know, but
he did look good.
As a keeper, I mean, you definitely like to see that.
Well, he did score, but it was offside.
Exactly.
It was offside.
But guess what? It doesn't count.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Guess what? It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it didn't. Yeah, I agree.
To me, this was the best version of Bukari. I'm gonna say it was the best version of him. I mean, he was heading the ball like you said. I don't know. He had hops like that.
Me either.
Not only did he have hops, he had hang time. I don't know if y'all caught that, but he stayed in the air for like Ronaldo is
judged.
Ronaldo-esque kind of seconds.
Oh, he jumps like Ronaldo.
I feel like he had hang time. I really was impressed with his jump in that header that Bali is talking about. But now we know that maybe there's some off-field issues with Osman Bukari. I mean, he's already been through 2 coaches, Nico Estévez and now Josh Wolf.
Can we see this also this version? Can we see this version of Bukari for Houston? Can we see this more often? Can we kick on?
I mean,
hopefully, man.
I also wanted to pose this question to kind of go with that. I mean, do you think that this is a Bukari that saw the rumors on social media about Kevin De Bruyne, that saw the rumors about Red Star Belgrade?
Yes,
that those pesky guys at WATV are posting, and tagging them and stuff.
We said a little ladder and so
is this a player that saw some of the stuff online that maybe say, hey, I need to show who Osman Bukari is? Because he says he was like, I wanted to go.
But but you want to do that now? Like, we want to showcase now when people eyeballs on you, teams, maybe the club's looking at your contract, like thinking about it. It takes that for you to turn on and come on. I know his interview, I mean, I agree with you guys. It seemed like he was broken. It seemed like he was just like, it's just, you could tell. But your old club is looking maybe to get you back. The whole KDB, like you said.
Supposedly top transfer target.
To me, I'm going on that pitch like, nah, look, this is Bukari right here. And we saw it, but why?
So you
but
think,
why now?
You think that was a performance of, hey, I want to stay, or a performance of, hey, Red Star, come get me?
A performance of, that's tough to say, bro.
That's a good question. That's a good
I think that was
question.
a performance
That's a good
of.
question.
I think that's a performance of I'm here now and I want to prove that I deserve to be here. You know, I think that's what it is.
I think it's for his own mentality.
Yeah. Also, he said it to Alex. He told Alex like, hey, like I didn't know about this either. Like I saw it on online just like you did. You know, so he's active. He's looking at stuff that's going on. He sees the criticism, and man, he woke up finally.
He woke up. The question is now, can we see this version of you more often? Can we see this version of you in Houston?
That's true.
On that
That's true.
topic, on the topic of what Bali just said about Bukari saying, that he just saw it or whatnot. I mean, anything you want to add on that, mate?
Yeah, it was interesting to see that, he definitely kind of commented that, obviously he's on contract with Austin FC, so, he's not entertaining any kind of conversations like that. But what I did like that I heard from him is exactly that. Like, he's here to play. He's, maybe there is conversations going on with an agent or not, but at the end of the day, he's got to get himself going no matter where he's going to play at. So like we're asking, is it to go back to Red Star? Is it to stay here? I think at the end of the day, he's just trying to play his game, and that's what he said. Like, he definitely feels way more comfortable on the right. So I feel like, if we want to see the best out of him, we got to put him in that position. He was mentioning how he feels very comfortable with the ball. He gets more confidence. He did admit that, like, when he comes in later in the game and maybe doesn't have the ball at his feet as much, it's a little bit harder for him to make decisions. He was kind of saying that he doesn't really know what to do with it sometimes, and we have seen that. So just to hear him kind of be able to speak to those challenges that he's having. Another thing too that I thought was interesting from that interview was that he talks about Nico. He was kind of asked, I forget who asked, but they asked kind of how he's different from the other coaches he's worked with. And one of the main things that he had said was just the communication aspect. So like just he feels that there's some things that he's doing well on the pitch, but then Nico will maybe pull him to side, or the coaching staff in general, maybe not just Nico, but just kind of addressing, hey, he's feeling like he's doing some certain things right, but in the whole grand scheme of things, so he was just mentioning the communication piece. So
man, yeah. Imagine it's like, okay, imagine you go on the pitch and you're like, oh man, I think I did that really well. But you come off, you're like, wait a second.
Exactly.
It's not what do I do then? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, maybe he's not paying attention during training. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Nico maybe it's hard for him. It's hard for him to adjust. Maybe.
Yeah.
The heat, like Hernan said, the heat. It's too hot.
I like how you
look
look at Hernan like that.
It's too hot out here.
Hey, it was hot, bro. It was
101,
hot.
102, it's hot.
It was. I mean, it was hot.
This guy probably at work, he's saying like, hey, I'm not going to do that because it's too hot outside. And he's saying he's harping on the players. At work, he's probably like, no, I'm not going to do that because it's too hot out. Right.
It's too hot.
It's too hot.
But these guys at their job, it can't be too hot.
I want my water.
Bali, come on, it's hot, bro.
It's hot, bro.
They get a 30-minute break.
Now, real quick,
water.
You're that guy at the job site,
Before we talk a little bit about the attack, because I do want to spend some time on it, just real quick, I want to read a quote from Ilie Sánchez post-match. He says, we don't think whether we have gained the point, whether we have lost to, or even not at all in the standings. We have to focus on ourselves and forget about the standings, about rivals. Pretty much, kind of explaining to people that the mentality was that, hey, they just had Vancouver in front of them. Forget about the numbers. They're human, 11 players versus 11 Austin FC players, and let's go at it for 90 minutes. Whatever happens, happens. Because if you go into a match and you, in your head, you're thinking, oh, this is the first place team, they beat Miami, they're in the final, you already beat yourself before a ball is kicked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I like this mentality that Nico set up.
But I wanted to talk about this because there was some people in the comments that don't understand what he's saying. And that's why I always upload the full response in video so you hear what he's saying. But even then, I feel like people, they're saying that this is weak. This is a weak mindset. And it's not that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's like, to put it back in boxing terms, is this guy is a heavyweight hitter. And you could either approach it one base like, cautious, no, let's just make sure we don't get hit. Or you can be like, you know what? Roll the sleeves up. Nah, let's go at it. Come on, we want to throw some hits too.
Some of the comments online. Sancho Moy says, "Watching him kill our counterattacks drives me nuts." Dustin Weiss says, "Very alarming. This is coming from our captain. Such a loser mentality to say this." Jake D. Bond says, "So there's no will to win when you're paid to win. That sounds like some minor league mentality." And then Jimenez Anselmo 04 says, "I'm confused. So what do we play for then?" You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody really understood what Ilie was
I mean,
saying
maybe
there.
the fan base wanted him to say more like, yeah, man, we let our fan base down. You know, to draw with being at home, it should be a must win. And, you know, we're going to keep working hard for Wednesday night, you know?
This is what Stuver
Maybe something
said.
like that. Maybe something like that.
This is what Stuver said. And you said Stuver was no captain.
Okay.
That's why I pushed back so hard, because Stuver is a leader in this team.
Let me hear Stuvie.
Stuver says, one game in MLS isn't ever going to be the same, even if it's the same opponent. This is the bare minimum for us. This is the energy, the willingness to compete, winning second balls every single game. And then the quote goes on.
Bro, that just kind of low-key fired me up a little bit.
Stuver.
You know,
Stuver.
You know what the team needs to be saying this to each other? Like, this is the standards. When we came out against Vancouver, how we played, how we attacked this game has to be the standards. That's what I got from this quote.
Man,
100%. Now,
you know what? Yeah. Look good, Stuver.
Now, I want to
Our
talk
next coach.
I want to talk about the attack, guys, real quick, because it is the worst in MLS right now when we're talking
worst.
about numbers.
Ooh,
The worst when we're talking about numbers. You know how Bleacher Report has been posting about the Galaxy and all this stuff?
7-0, the 7-0.
You know, they haven't won in so many games or whatnot. They've scored more goals than Austin FC.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And that's not me pushing an agenda. That's not me pushing a narrative.
That's stating a fact.
Just stating a fact. Austin FC has the lowest amount of goals for sure in the Western Conference. And if I go to the Eastern Conference, they don't have the worst. Montreal has one goal less than Austin FC. So they don't have the worst technically. Second worst goal scoring.
But I don't think they spent 30 million though. No, they didn't spend 30 million. They didn't spend 30 million.
30 million on what? The defense?
They did not spend 30 million.
I don't think they spent 5.
But Bali, if you could please go in on that. I mean, what does that make you feel when you hear that Austin FC is second to last in MLS?
Honestly, it makes me
goals?
it makes me really sick. It makes my stomach upset, honestly, because I just can't believe why are we not clicking? Why are our strikers not proving themselves? You know, they came here and they said they were gonna break records. Man, it looks like you're breaking the wrong records. So, man, I mean, honestly, I don't know. Something needs to start clicking. You know, maybe drop one of them and maybe start the other one second half. I don't know. Something needs to happen. You know, the guy that gets paid for that is Nico Estévez. So, hey, you know, something needs to go along, because how do you win games? You win games by scoring goals, and we're not scoring, so we're not winning. We're tying a lot of these games, and like Logan said, you know, that all that stuff's gonna hurt us at the end. Are we gonna make playoffs? You know, if we don't make playoffs, that's good. That's gonna cause a mess that we don't want. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on. Like, I really don't know.
Any thoughts?
Look, the only thing is that the same narrative has been the same with us throughout the season, bro. We can't score goals, bro. And the thing about that hurts it the most is that we spent 30 million on the goal scoring.
Yeah.
It's not like we spent 30 million to lock down defensively. No, we spent 30 million to score goals. You know, Brandon Vasquez, the 9 that we've always been asked for.
BV has been putting up his numbers though.
True. He's starting to and we've seen, that's the thing, bro. Like, if we're worried, if we're standing here at this point in the season worried that we can't create anything, that is different than we're sitting here worrying about, damn, we just can't finish it. It's you see what I'm saying, Bali? Like, I'd rather be thinking like, oh man, the team is doing great, we're going out, we just can't finish. You know? That's the
click everybody's talking about.
That's the click that we're waiting for. It's not like we can't create chances or, you know.
There's another story like that in MLS though, because y'all know who else spent 30 million and is not getting results? Atlanta. You know? So, I mean,
Latte is there, Brandon Vasquez.
Is there any correlation between that? You know, money doesn't buy chemistry. Money doesn't buy, you know,
also,
what I mean?
it takes time.
It does.
Bro.
It does.
It takes
and these
time.
are long.
It takes time.
I knew it when I was gonna bring this up. I knew it was gonna cause this.
These are long-term investments, man.
Bro, like,
man.
Realistically, though, come on.
It is alarming though that you're second worst in MLS in goal scores in goals.
I mean, Brandon's no. He knows about the MLS. This isn't a secret. He's Cincinnati. He put up great numbers.
Facts.
I mean, he has
what's going on?
50% of Austin FC's goals right now.
The question is, will it click?
The question is, will it click?
Will it
Now,
click?
you know, I said Brandon Vasquez has about half or a little bit over the half of goals that Austin FC has scored this season. It's also true that he's missed sitters. It's also true that he's missed some really good chances, along with Usuni, along with Buka. Yeah. And, you know, folks can say it's Nico's game plan, the fact that he makes subs very late, which he did in this match. But also, I mean, some of these players got to take their chances. I mean, Diego was saying on the Spanish pod that, you know, Usuni, yeah, maybe he's having a hard time, you know, mentally struggling without his family, his situation. But if you're in front of goal, I mean, you got to be putting that to the back of the net. You're one-on-one with acres of space.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Sonny
miss it. It's hard to miss it.
Bro, if Brandon Vasquez scored his sitters and his goals that you would think he'd be at double digits right now. Like, we would be in such a different position. But that's the whole point, bro. Will it click?
Will it click?
They don't look motivated, man.
Yeah,
And that's something that Nico.
You didn't see motivation against Vancouver? You're wilding. What do you mean? What game did you watch?
I don't see an Osuni and a motivated Osuni. That's going back on the net. Golazo. I don't see him there, bro.
I saw them.
I don't see him there. I don't see him.
fight
Honestly, I
this game,
don't.
bro.
I honestly don't.
Just real quick too, it's also worth mentioning. I know maybe some people don't really care about the numbers or XG, but I'm looking at it on FBref. We're also dead last in goals minus expected goals. So we're down 9.2 goals, meaning essentially, according to the numbers, there's 9 goals that we've left on the table. So, you know, if we're putting away those chances, maybe we have 9 more goals on the season. So it's not that
Half
they're
of those Vasquez, bro.
and it's not that they're not there. It'd be different if we weren't getting shots off. If we weren't having shots on target.
That's
If
what
we
I'm saying.
didn't have any expected goals.
That's what
If
I'm
we weren't, you know, getting into those positions. But missing sitters, that's, you know, it's absolutely, it's crazy. It's
And then-
concerning.
Like H mentioned this a couple pods ago. It's like, where do you want to click? Do you want to be clicking in the game week 1, week 2? Or do you want to be clicking past the second half of the season?
Where do you want to peak?
Where do you want to peak? So you can tell that Nico likes to change his game plan depending on what team we play. So the whole boring defensive, his setup, it wasn't that case here against Vancouver, bro. That wasn't the case. So
No.
I like to see that sort of flexibility.
Now, real quick, just to spend a couple of minutes on the substitutions that were the substitutions that were made very late against Vancouver didn't come until the 80th minute or so. You know, Nico says that he wanted to that he kind of saw the goal coming, didn't want to affect it too much, but he was more kind of like he put more emphasis on the defense, saying that hey, Dubersarski was the only kind of like DM substitution that we had, and I felt like we were doing good on that department, and I didn't want to change anything. So he kind of explains in that way why those substitutions came so late in the match. And I hate to see substitutions so late in the game because you think that the subs are there to change a match. When you bring them on in the 80th minute, you don't give them that opportunity.
Mate, okay, but you hate when the subs come in late, but you also would hate to. But bro, like the team. I agree with Nico, bro. I think you make subs late because you don't want to mess up what's going on right now. And the team was being aggressive and we're chasing the goal, and it looked like it was just it was coming. It was it was coming. It was
But you also played midweek, and you got another midweek game coming up.
Do you want to win this game or not, though?
You do, bro. But you also got to think about the player.
You can't switch up the mentality last minute. If the mentality of the squad was we're gonna go at Vancouver, I'm not gonna then. You know what, guys? Let's lock it up. I think you fall through with the plan, bro. And the plan was to go at Vancouver. So
Bali,
I agree with this.
Kind of bridging into the Open Cup game, which we are with this kind of this topic. With the lineup, you know, were you happy with the 11 that Nico sent out there? Because it was full power, all 3 DPs, full defense, no rotation at all in the midfield. I mean, of course, Danny is injured. The only really rotation piece you had is Dubersarski, but we were even talking about before the lineup drop. We were saying, hey, do we really think that Duber might be coming out because there's a midweek game, right? Open Cup is coming up, but there was no rotation. How'd you see that?
I liked it, honestly. You know, honestly, at home, we needed to win. It was a must win. So I love the lineup, and I feel like we created a lot. On Wednesday, I want to see us go strong again because it's another competition that we have to be in there. You know, we have to win something, and if it's going to be something, it might be the U.S. Open. And it's also a derby. Get that right again. And it's also a team that beat us at their home. They embarrassed us. You were there. We were all there when they beat us at their home. So I want revenge. So I want us to go full strength Wednesday. And I want us to win.
Now, Houston's form going into this Open Cup match, which we're kind of getting into, they're
looking good.
They won their Open Cup game against the Phoenix Rising. They lost to Seattle. They beat Minnesota, a team that has beaten Austin, and they beat Dallas in the Derby, the rivalry
in Dallas. In Dallas too. Don't forget that. In Dallas.
Austin's form, they won their Open Cup match in a crazy fashion against El Paso.
We were losing. We were losing, and we came back second half.
That's why
Don't forget that.
That's why I said crazy fashion.
They also scored, and then it was an offside. I think it was shady, but yeah.
That's why I said crazy fashion. They lost to Cincinnati, of course. Brandon Vasquez got his goal. The draw against Atlanta, a struggling Atlanta. And just in case Bali wants to add anything.
Struggling Atlanta, that's Almiron had a sitter that he didn't finish. Man, if he finishes that, it's over for us.
No, it didn't.
Keep it going.
No.
Keep it going.
No. He didn't finish it. Stuver saved it.
Yo, yeah.
Stuver saved it.
Stuver
saved it. And you need to put some respect on his name. I don't know if you've learned that by now.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if
I'm
you learned
gonna
that
put
by
respect
now.
on the goalkeeper who I see on Wednesday.
Okay.
Cleveland.
All right. And just last one, they drew against Vancouver last night, which we're talking about here today. But gentlemen, talking about the Houston game, the Open Cup match, who do y'all want to see in this match? Dubersarski, Cleveland. I mean, who do you want to see, mate?
I mean, really, I would give Cleveland another shot. You know, he played the first U.S. Open game. Why not the second one? And maybe give Beto some rest. And that would probably be it.
Okay.
That would probably be it.
B, there's been conversations about folks saying we want Stuver in goal for the Open Cup match. It's too high stakes. There's too much to lose in this match. Cleveland didn't impress a big portion of the fans.
Why did he not impress,
the round
though?
of 32.
What was wrong with that game?
And folks are calling for Stuver to start. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
No, Cleveland starts, and like this is the thing. In the beginning of the season, Cleveland, whoever our backup goalkeeper is, gets to play the Cups, bro. It's just how it is. What everybody harped on Cleveland for was that second goal from El Paso. That it seemed like it just went through his fingers.
It was strong. It was
I mean,
strong.
that's the criticism that he got, but he should have a go to try to correct that, to try to showcase again. It's a couple competition to do that. So I would keep the lineup the same. Strong, like Bali wants. Let's go strong. Let's try to go at Houston like we went at Vancouver. Let's take out our frustration. We couldn't do it on Vancouver. Let's try to do it to Houston. Except I would have Cleveland at goal.
Now,
I really want us to go for the U.S. Open. I feel like if we're gonna win something, let's take a shot at the U.S. Open.
The
honestly.
lineup that Austin FC had against El Paso was Cleveland in goal, Jan Kolmanich on the left defensive side, left back, Brendan Heinzak, Julio Cascante, John Gallagher. In the midfield, Dubersarski with Savovic. And in the attack, Osuni, Rubio, and Obreon with Brandon Vasquez in the attack. A 4-2-3-1 formation is what FootMob has them here.
Wouldn't it be bad?
Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Verde Nation, is this a lineup that you want to see?
Yeah, I agree with Bali. I think maybe it's a good game to, if we're talking about rotation, maybe Beto gets a chance to sit out.
Yeah.
Kolmanich, I definitely feel confident with him on the left back position, especially for service. If we're talking about Cleveland versus Stuver, I mean, sure, I would like to see Cleveland get a chance to redeem himself, but I just would hate to see us, get knocked out of the tournament and then, maybe the conversation be, well, if Stuver was in net, he saves those or whatever the case may be. But I think if we're really we're gonna go and we want to take this competition serious, we have to go with the best 11 that we have, and that's what Nico said. That we're gonna go with the best options available. So, yeah, I definitely think maybe it's an opportunity for Duber to get a start. But yeah,
man, I don't know about him.
Yeah, he looks a little shaky, looks a little rusty.
Yeah.
Looks like but what's it gonna change? You need the experience, you need the time. That's the only way you kind of shake those.
These are the games to
exactly.
do that.
He needs a minute.
Yeah.
Somebody came after Dubersarski on social media.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
night.
people coming at him, honestly.
They came after him.
Yeah, to me, he is looking a little, I'm not sure about him, honestly.
Now, Primo, I do want to ask you, mate, what are your thoughts going into this Open Cup? I mean, this is a very high-stakes game, bro. I mean, so how are you seeing it, bro?
I mean, it's a high-stake game. It's I think it's gonna be a good one. Something that can maybe motivate these guys to keep fighting, to keep going. I mean, it's a good chance for us to just maybe experiment a little bit if we have to. Our current lineup isn't looking too good, so maybe give some of these guys a chance on the league games. But overall, I mean, it's Houston, man. We hate Houston. We want to be Houston, man.
bro.
At the end of the day, we have to be
And I don't
Houston.
think the players know that. That's the
They don't
thing.
understand.
We need to find a way to tell them, bro. No, we hate Houston.
And the fact that Nico knows that he's been a coach in Dallas, you know what the derby's about. And the fact that you don't really care, dude, it just makes me very upset, man, honestly.
Maybe he was trying to take it like a different mindset to it.
Yeah,
You know
maybe he
what I'm saying?
was, but
we'll give him the benefit
it
of
just
the doubt.
shows-
I don't know. Some
know,
people
man.
aren't. Some
I
people
don't
really aren't. But here, predictions, gentlemen, for the Open Cup match. It is win or go home. 90
must
minutes
win.
or extra time. Bali, score prediction on that
Must
one.
win. I want to see a 2-0 or a 3-0. I would say 2-0.
That's impossible.
2-0.
That's impossible.
Brandon Vasquez, and I wouldn't mind seeing
You
Bukari.
talking about shutting out Houston?
Yeah.
Oof, I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can do that. B?
2-0.
I'm going to go 2-1.
2-1.
2-1. Yeah.
2-1 B.
Okay.
2-1. I think we win.
Yeah.
Bro, Houston has this youngster. Was it Jack McGlynn, right? Logan?
Worldy.
Mate.
Yeah, he scored. Yeah, I seen that goal. That was
Bro,
a great
and
goal.
he
That
was
a
trying to
great
do
goal.
that to Austin.
Yeah, he did.
He was
tried
trying
it.
to do that to. He was pulling up like he was Steph Curry, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up, and he has a shot. Cleveland better watch out.
He's
bro.
coming in informed too because
He's coming
that
in
Phoenix
informed.
game too. He scored one too.
Hey, he's
on fire then.
He's friends with Owen because when we were in the mix zone in Houston with Alex and with Salome, Owen and Jack McGlynn were talking for like 30, 40 minutes.
The
That's
youth
his boy.
national
Oh,
team.
That's
so-
his boy. Youngsters.
Yeah, the
Oh,
youth
so he might be Brazilian, just like Owen.
Jack McGlynn. Hey, remember the name Jack McGlynn. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us on the score sheet. But
Man, hopefully he doesn't
Could be
destroy us.
just don't give him any space. This
Scores
kid,
3
this-
bangers on him.
No, bro, this kid can
Oh,
shoot. That's
he
the thing,
can.
bro. This kid can shoot from
Yeah, if
distance.
anybody's gonna get one, it'll probably be
Hey,
him.
Cleveland, you good, bro? Just focus, relax, breathe, breathe, and breathe out.
Just patch that hole
breathe
in your
in.
gloves.
Hey,
You'll be good.
3,
And
2,
breathe out,
1,
Cleveland.
Cancun? Not yet.
Nah,
not
nah,
yet. Not
chill.
yet. 3, 2,
Nah.
1, Cancun, not yet. We're still in this. My score prediction, I'm going to go with the 2-2. Extra time. Goes to PKs.
Oh, Cleveland got it.
Cleveland hero
Saves.
again.
Yes, yes.
Cleveland hero again.
Cleveland, vamos.
Because I was trying to tell the guys in the Spanish part, they were saying this, that they all want to see Stuver play.
They're haters. They're haters, bro.
Stuver.
They're haters, bro. They're
Bro,
haters.
I don't care if we have the worst backup keeper in the league right now, bro. Process is process, and just like you said, these things are decided at the beginning of the season. You're the league keeper, you're the cup keeper.
Yeah.
It's just the way things
Except
are.
the final.
Except the final.
The final, it's
Yes.
your best possible team, no matter
yes,
what.
Okay, okay. That's fair.
That's just how it.
know. I
That's
don't
just
know.
how
I
it
got you.
is.
I
That's
wouldn't know.
how
I
it
don't
always
know.
happens.
That's football, bro.
Any
It's
team
like
in the world, Liverpool, Chelsea,
any team,
Madrid, Barca,
any team.
It's,
I got you.
it's clearly their B team that's in those cups, and if they make it to the
Bro.
final, it's the first team players.
when
that play.
backup goalkeepers negotiate contracts, they bring that up.
Yes.
Cup games, mine.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
you're
how
right,
it
you're right,
is.
you're
It's just how it
You're
is.
right.
It's just how it is.
You're
You're
how
right.
it is.
You're right, B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
That's how it is.
You're right, B. You're right.
And then sometimes the backup, the goalkeeper gets asked to sub, and he's like, "No, hell no."
Oh yeah. And there's a mess.
Now,
Arisa Balaga.
real quick, guys, some questions from social media here. We have
Oh,
King Pedri
okay.
at No
King
Pedri, No
Pedri.
Party. He says, why has Buka been on the left? Also, 14 games in, who's been the best/worst player and realistic expectations for the rest of the season? What would they be? What would you be happy with? Expectation for the season.
Okay, so the first question was who was the worst?
Who's
and-
been the best and worst players?
so far in the season?
Best, Owen,
Best Owen Wolf for
Brandon
sure.
Vasquez.
No, Owen Wolf. That's it. Owen Wolf.
Oh.
Owen Wolf has been by far a bright star, and I feel like the fact that his dad got fired and he just kept that fire and the hunger in him
Well, he has
tells
a
me a
contract.
lot. Tells
He
me
has a
okay,
contract.
but that tells me a lot because he could have dropped his head, but he didn't.
Okay.
So I'm very very proud of Owen. The worst, I think it would probably be. I would probably say Julio Cascante.
Oh my
Yeah, I would
God,
probably
that makes
say
no
just
sense.
because
You're
just
being
because
hating
just
for
no just
reason.
because the fact that the drop off that I seen it really upsets me honestly. The fact that the way he's playing now, I don't recognize him from the Julio that I saw
crazy,
last
bro.
year.
Now, you-
So
you're-
to
you're
me that's
literally-
him. To me that's it.
You're literally driving down the road and you just went on the grass to
No,
hit
I'm-
something, bro.
I'm telling you
literally
who
just
I
went
think-
out of your way
To me,
to cause damage.
Julio was one of
in
our
the
best
city.
players last season, and then the way he dropped off, it just
Don't
to
sell me.
me.
Don't do that.
To me, I feel like he's
You're a
been one of the
liar.
worst players for Austin FC.
All right. B, best and worst players?
Bro, I hate to do it to you, but I agree 100% with Bali.
Yeah.
What?
Y'all can chime in if y'all want, Primo
Every
and
take,
Logan, but
every
yeah.
take from the Owen to the Julio, all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, bro.
Just-
Yeah, bro. I mean,
I'ma cut it
to me.
and
To me,
face
Julio was the starter for me
Bro,
from off.
every
bat.
game, Julio.
undroppable, undroppable. Hernan.
Bro, you can't be real and sit here and say you recognize this version of Julio, bro.
But for
we don't
him to be
recognize him.
labeled as the worst player
Bro,
after
when
14
when he came,
games
when
is
he,
insane.
when he came in to start, we got battered. Then when he came in to start, we lost against Houston. When we came in to start, we were down 2-0 against El Paso. When it's like attached to him, something like
Yeah.
what do you want me to
Maybe
say?
it's injury. No, Hernan. Maybe it was an injury. Maybe it was.
There's
You don't know,
but
bro.
for him to be labeled as the worst is
Bro, I'm just
insane
answering the
to
question.
me.
Why
Yeah,
we
I mean,
we
to
talking
me-
about
to
being
me-
the
Fair,
worst?
fair. Okay,
to me,
fair.
he was
You guys-
undroppable.
You guys have
to me,
your
was
opinions and I have mine.
Julio was a player that could not be dropped in the beginning of the season, and to me, he's one of the players I don't want to see in the starting 11. That tells me all.
Logan, best and worst players?
Yeah, I agree with the best player. I think Owen definitely goes without saying. Maybe it's a little harsh for worst player, but just as far as the time we've seen on the pitch, I would probably say Dubrsarski. I know he's had very limited minutes.
No, you're not
but
wrong.
I've
That's
seen
another
very
one.
limited minutes, but I just haven't really liked
Are
what
we
I've seen out of him so far. I know we got to give him more opportunities, but if I had to
Social media
pick
question.
somebody,
Yes.
you
It's
know
a
what I
tough
mean?
question. It's a
Hey,
question to
The
say.
fan
though.
base wants to know, babe.
But like, what do you want to
Wants
know?
know,
Word?
babe.
Like, we have to give him
No,
answers.
yeah, we have to give
I
him
mean,
answers.
there
Dubrsarski's
has
been
to
poor.
be a worse player. So
Dubrsarski's
far.
been poor. He's been, and when I've seen him, he look like he got a gut. So I don't know what's going on.
Now,
Maybe he needs to get fit.
For me, the best player, Owen. Claro, Owen.
Of course.
Brad
Rafinha.
Stuver. It's not just one though.
Yeah.
It's Owen. It's
Brad-
Brad Stuver.
Brad.
I want to put Brandon Vasquez in there because he's actually scoring.
whoa,
He scored a free
whoa.
kick. You know what I'm saying? He rallied you back in the Open Cup with 2 goals and.
Yeah, you know
He's getting into form.
Yeah,
Assist.
he's getting there little by little.
But the worst player.
Be real.
I mean, the worst player, mate. I'm gonna have to go with. I know I highlighted Brandon Vasquez, but I'll say the worst player isn't one person. It's the attack, the 3-headed dragon.
No.
That's the worst player for me. The 3-headed dragon.
Which one? Which one
is
of the three?
Usuni, Vasquez, and Bukari as a unit up top. Why? Because look at the stats. The numbers aren't on their side.
Okay.
Right? But
I get you.
I don't know if I could say one player is the worst after 14 weeks. I don't think
get
I
you.
could say.
No, I get you. I get
don't
you,
think
Hernan.
so.
100% I get you.
Small sample size.
No.
But if y'all want me to be harsh, I'll say the 3-headed dragon. That's been the
All
worst
three.
player.
So Bukari, Brandon, and Osuni. Boom.
But at the same time, you heard me highlight Brandon because of what he's been doing. I mean, imagine if.
So which one is it, buddy?
No, listen to me. Imagine if Brandon Vasquez wasn't scoring the goals that he's been
No,
scoring.
it would be.
Where
It would
would
be.
this team be?
No, it would be danger.
Exactly.
It would be danger.
But as a unit, the 3-headed dragon, there's only one guy there that's spitting fire. The
It's
other
still
one's just
sleeping. It's still sleeping.
Yeah, you're right.
Bukari woke up a little bit.
Bukari a little bit, but then he went. No.
Let's see here. Jack Reisman, he says, did we play better or did Vancouver play poorly and make us look better than we really performed? Not saying it was a bad performance, though.
Ooh.
I think we played better, bro.
Yeah.
I
I believe that we played better. We did play better.
Primo, any thoughts on that, mate? You think Austin played better or did
They were
Vancouver
poor.
play
Vancouver was very poor. Let's be real,
They were
but
poor. They were
I feel
poor.
like
We
the way we
played
played, we played.
Yeah, I think we played better for sure.
better.
All right. And then Profe, he says, how strong a squad for Wednesday night Clásico Cup game? OG Profe wants to see the strongest 11 available. Make it happen. New Profe Nico.
Yeah. So
Gotta be.
let's get it.
Gotta be.
Gotta go strong.
Listos Verde says, am I overreacting with Dubrsarski? Has he shown you anything at this point? And should Irvin Torres get some run?
Good shout.
Oh,
That's a good shout.
That's a good shout. Hey, that's not bad. Who was that?
That was Listos Verde at Austin FC Buckeye.
Whoa, that was a great. Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't be mad about it. Honestly, it would be harsh though on Duber.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of a small sample size with Dubber, but I would like to see Irvin get some minutes.
He's with Austin FC, so he's doing his thing there.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But those are some questions that we had from social media there. Let's see. Anything else that we can add to this segment, Austin FC, guys? I mean, we got Houston coming up next.
Houston, U.S. Open. I mean, I'm dreaming about that cup. Honestly, I want it.
If the scenario goes like
I
you
want
wanted,
it.
H, we won't be leaving Q2 at midnight.
Yeah, that's true. So
Oh yeah.
bring
Yeah, I don't. No.
After
Fan
extra
reactions at 1 a.m., brother.
bring a pillow.
Yeah, you're right.
Bring
No,
a
honestly,
pillow,
no.
blanket.
We'll take care of Houston. We have to.
We have
Come on.
to. Bro, I'm telling you right
We
now.
need to go all out for
I'm
this
telling you right now, bro.
competition, honestly.
If we come out like we came out against Vancouver,
We got 'em.
to Houston,
We
we're
got 'em.
winning this game, bro.
Yeah.
We're winning this game.
Now, if that what's that player, the Houston player,
Jack McGlynn.
Nah, if he turns into a demon, it's over for us.
Linder too, that their new DP they just signed, he's picking up form as well. Linger
Yeah.
or whatever.
You see,
Tarbell is still at
we're
goalkeeper
catching
for
Houston in the
Houston?
wrong time. We caught him at the wrong time in Houston. Now it's even worse, man.
Bro, I'm just saying, bro. Watch Jack McGlynn, bro. I hate to be calling
you see,
him.
I'm telling you, you keep bringing this guy up, bro.
I hate to be saying Jack Yamal. Jack Yamal. after the game.
Yamal,
Jack Yamal.
Yamal.
First Bukari jumps like Ronaldo, and now
Yeah,
he's
Yamal,
No. First, I spill the coffee.
Oh, the
First, I
coffee, bro.
spill the coffee.
Bro, it's tradition that H spills coffee in the stew. It's
Bro, is that
tradition
why
that
is that why
H
it smells like
spills
coffee
coffee
here?
in the stew.
Is that why it
It's a
smells like coffee
tradition
here,
now.
bro?
It is a tradition. I did it in the old stew.
You think-
I had to do it in the new
Yeah.
stew.
Also worth mentioning, you asked if it was going to be Tarbell. Looks like Tarbell is actually hurt, so they
Yeah.
have English keeper Jonathan Bond. in
And he's
goal.
better than Tarbell. And we sold him Tarbell.
Remember
tired of
Tarbell?
this
Remember
guy.
Tarbell?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Tarbell.
Tarbell
yeah,
wasn't
I
bad,
know Tarbell.
honestly. But
Tarbell-
Cleveland's better. I like Cleveland more.
Tarbell's Tarbell. But all right, gentlemen, let's see. We can move on to some top flight topics here. Of course, Bali is the first time we've had you in here since the, Champions League concluded,
Yeah,
this and that
man.
or whatnot. But before we get into Europe, we could probably take a little bit of a break and talk about La Liga MX.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a little fresh. It really affects B. But not only does América have Cruz Azul to deal with, they have the 1-0 to come back from. You guys also officially have the Club World Cup playoff match now waiting for you. It is official. Yeah. FIFA posted it. Everybody's talking about it. I mean, what do you care more about?
Oh, that 100%.
You don't care about Cruz Azul?
Oh, what do you mean?
Getting the bragging rights?
Oh, no. What do you mean? Like
what match do you care more about? The semi against Cruz Azul or the Club World Cup? What do you want?
Both.
Well, definitely right now it's Cruz Azul. We gotta take care of business there. That's the number one. But like, if you're comparing me, like, I guess you're asking me, would I rather 4-peat or go into the Club World Cup?
My question is, are y'all going for both?
Oh, yes. First, right now we're locked into Liga MX. Like, we have to go for both, bro. It has to be. We can't let the gas off because then it gets weird. Like, no, we only know one mode, and that's to attack. Against Pachuca, we were the much dominant team, both legs. Cruz Azul, you could say that we were the dominant team the first leg as well. Like, we should have came out of that game scoring 3 goals at least. So that's América. We come into every game with gas and let's try to score the goals. So we shouldn't change that mentality and be like, oh, no, we're good. Let's just focus on that. No. Take care of Cruz Azul. Get into the final against Toluca because Toluca's already in it. And as you're listening to this, the result is going to be done. Like, we'll know. But I'll tell you what, bro. If Azul get the best of us, that game against LAFC this might be a hot take. Biggest game in our that's a hot take.
I don't know.
One of the biggest games in our history, bro.
Yeah. One of them.
Is that hot to take? Any America fans out there?
One of them for sure.
A hot take because
one of them for sure.
America's had some pretty historic games.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
This is just a playoff game.
It is, but we've never. This is new. The Club World Cup is new. Like, if I hold this tournament to the regards that I've been preaching y'all to the pods, this is gonna be the pinnacle of club football, bro. The fact, like,
I'll say this, man. You guys are like Jack in Titanic, bro. You guys just won this game on a freaking poker game, and you're waiting to get on board, bro. And you are about to fine dine with the best of the best clubs in the world that rightfully should be there.
Yes.
And by some grace of God,
rules are rules.
Alajuelense having such a huge part in all of this, and they got the dirty stick. They got Alajuelense. Go to the side. Thank you for bringing this up.
Be real though, H. Be real though, America will smack them, bro.
No, 100%.
So then why are we doing this? We'll skip this part. Let's get to it, to the main business.
You gotta beat LAFC first.
And America.
You gotta beat LAFC first.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a tough game.
And apparently, Ozzy was saying that the sale of tickets to Mexico is not necessarily being blocked, but there's a huge speed bump in the fact that they're being sold very expensive.
So they don't go.
They're kind of pricing out the América fan out. How do you see that, Bali?
That's I love it. I mean, they're using it as an advantage for sure, but
shady shit.
It is harsh though, you know.
Shady shit going on.
But bro, it's a big game, you know.
LAFC
want to be there. America want to be there.
It's crazy.
LAFC want to be there. America's gonna be there.
I'm just bringing up the tickets.
LAFC home. They might even get a home game, you know. Bro,
but come on,
insane.
LA is America's. There's a hub there, brother.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. The last time, and I told Ozzy this after the last time that America played in LA was against Colorado, where we lost and got eliminated. All right, but that to the side. You look at the stadium was 99.8% America full, like rocking. It was like we were playing crazy. Like, so the fans are there. Now they're doing some stuff to get fans from Mexico. They're like kind of putting extra red tape and making it difficult.
Out, you know.
Now, B, I hear you say all this. I hear you, and I don't want to knock your shine. I don't want to burst your bubble. But the last time America played LAFC, I know you're talking about their stadium this, their stadium that.
The fans.
The last time they played LAFC, America lost 2-1, February 11th, 2025.
Yeah, friendly.
The last time they played a competitive match, okay, 2020, December 19th, LAFC won
5 years
3-1.
ago, okay.
LAFC won 3-1.
You're reaching now, brother. You're reaching now.
I'm looking at head-to-head stats.
You're looking at a game 5 years ago, and you're looking at a friendly.
I'm looking at one just a couple months ago, too.
A friendly where it was the beginning of our season, brother. It was the beginning of the Apertura.
I'm just.
But
if I'm a neutral and I'm looking up the history between these two teams, I'm looking at the stats.
The thing is, you're not a neutral, brother. You're a Chivas fan. Come on, you hate us. You hate us, brother. It's in there. I see it in there. You're not a neutral, brother. You're not a neutral.
It's gonna be a big
because
game.
a neutral would be like, it's a friendly.
gonna be a huge game.
I want to shift to the top 4 in the EPL because that
Man,
is
what
pretty
the
much
fuck?
a big talking point. It's kind of close now. I don't know if there's
Liverpool and Arsenal are already in. I don't know.
Newcastle lost. This helps. Arsenal beat Newcastle, bro.
We're not looking behind us, honestly. We're very destroyed and hurt by the Champions League.
Y'all are on the beach.
So we're honestly we're regrouping. We want to see the board spend money this offseason. And I want the LA I want Conke to leave the Rams.
Kroenke?
To leave the Rams stadium and fly straight into the Arsenal facility. And I want him to spend about $300 million in this team. And if that's not, and if he's not willing to do that, then he needs to think about selling us.
Who do you want with $300 million? Rodrigo looks like he's trying to look for a move.
I wouldn't be mad. I'll take Rodrigo.
250 for
70 mil?
I'll shake on it right now.
250 for Cole.
Cole Palmer?
250.
I wouldn't even pay 50 for Cole. I wouldn't even pay 50 for that guy.
Check this out, guys. And then we'll get to the Europa final because we got Primo here. We got to talk Tottenham.
That's gonna be
United.
a great. That's gonna be a great game.
Now,
That is gonna be a good game. I'm not.
Liverpool won the league. They're first place. They got Champions League football.
Over, yeah.
Arsenal, Champions League football in second place. They got 71 points. Newcastle, the Magpies, they got
They're there.
66 points. They're in third place.
They just lost to Arsenal, by the way.
Just lost to Arsenal. Now Chelsea, they're right there, tied 66 points, tied for third with Newcastle.
Yeah, third, fourth, and fifth.
They're in fourth. So fifth, fourth, and third are tied on 66 points. And then Man City is there in sixth place with 65, tied with Nottingham Forest, who's in seventh. And then there's a
Got a
drop
game in
off
hand,
That's
with
it.
Brentford.
Bro, I think the first 5 qualify.
Yeah,
this
the
year.
first 5 this year. So 3 to 7 are fighting for 3 spots. So 5 teams are fighting for 3 spots.
Yep.
And right now, Chelsea, guess who they play in the final game? Nottingham Forest. City also have a game in hand as well.
Yeah.
So Chelsea plays Nottingham Forest to
Forest.
close out?
That's
out.
gonna be oof.
Villa play United.
Okay.
And then I don't know who Newcastle plays.
Nottingham
they play
Forest were
Everton.
there. They were like in the kind of like in the driver's seat, and
Bro,
then they
Nottingham
lost.
Forest were second
No,
and third.
okay.
And then
Bali,
their
yes.
owner
Thank you.
approached
Yes,
them.
yes.
And
I was
checked
waiting.
them.
I was
He
waiting to
gonna
ask
slap
you.
him.
I was waiting to ask you this, mate.
I thought he was gonna slap him.
What did you think about the Newcastle owner coming down there and talking to the coach like that? And also
I think
tell the people this coach is known for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot his name. What's his name?
This owner.
I forget, but he's from
He's Greece,
He's from
He's
He's the owner of
Greece.
Olympiacos too.
Yes,
he's the owner of
he is.
Olympiacos too. I
What's
forgot
his name? Logan's pulling it up.
With the K. It squares with the K.
Something like that. Yeah.
Evangelos Marine.
Marinakis.
There you go.
Marinakis. That's that guy. No,
you think of
he
it?
should have put hands on Nuno. Honestly, he should have slapped him. Bro, you're talking about being back in the Champions League, a team that.
And you
let's not forget, this team won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Years.
They're a big club. Shout out to RG.
Well,
Mark Turner. Shout out to RG. Mark
But
Turner.
okay, but I'm saying, but they want to make history again. They want to be back in the competition. That means a lot to the owner. Honestly,
especially if you were sitting in
Bali.
second and
a lot of
third.
emotions are
Bali,
going on
Bali,
too. A lot
Bali.
of emotions are going on too, man. He couldn't control himself. He couldn't control himself.
This has nothing to do with the Forest history. This has nothing to do with
Of
Brian
course.
Clough and
No,
all
of
that.
course. And of
this has to
course-
do with the money, the prize
Of
being in the
course,
Champions League.
of course.
Yeah.
They can even build a bigger stadium.
100%,
Imagine.
100%.
So
he could even go on to sell the club and
Yeah.
make money off of it.
Exactly.
This,
so
this is big, bro.
This
This
is
is a
massive.
huge investment.
this is,
massive.
I'm telling you, that's why he should have put hands on Nuno.
Massive.
Honestly,
Massive.
he should have just
Now,
slapped him. Just
now getting
Yeah.
into the Tottenham topic. Getting into the Tottenham topic.
nah.
Before we go to Primo, who do you guys think is going to win that match?
Manchester United.
The battle of mid, Man U versus Tottenham. Couldn't be
Not even
United.
mid. Not even mid, bro.
battle of
Not even-
relegation.
Not even mid. They're not mid-table, bro.
Yeah, they're relegation
Battle of the
form.
bottom.
battle of the ball.
Battle of the bottom.
Almiron. Horrible record.
Bro,
He's doing horrible.
can we
but
lay this? Okay, so this is it's crazy how it's Tottenham versus United. It's also crazier their position in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like if you look it up, you would not believe it. They're literally right above relegation. 2019 and 18 get relegated. They're 17-16, brother.
Yeah.
The fact that honestly, Tottenham have always get roasted for not having any trophies, brother. Since like I don't know when they won the last cup. It's been
Yeah, they never won
decades.
anything.
The world sees them as a trophyless club, right? They're
Yeah.
in a final, finally, without Kane, against United, who are at the lowest point
Yeah.
ever. Like, I mean, past the Fergie era, everything, like their lowest point, sitting where they are. I mean, to me, this is a banger game, banger final,
it's an
bro.
insane game,
Yeah.
honestly.
I want to say this. I backed Ange last year. I'm backing him also now because he said he usually wins things in his second year.
So did Mourinho, and they sacked him right before the final.
Terrible management. But Primo, defend your club. Why is Tottenham winning this game? Why are they
club?
winning?
Tottenham
Are
is
they
winning
going to
this
win?
game simply because they're the better team, bro.
You
Man,
really think
Man
that?
United is too deep in the mud, bro.
Yeah,
And so, and I think it just adds extra motivation that, you know, for the fact that this team has never won anything really big in, you know, modern football.
Yeah.
And so I would like to see them win it, obviously, but then also gives them straight qualification for the Champions League.
Oh,
Which is what they're both fighting for, bro. And,
So
It's true. I
This is
forgot
very
about that.
important for both teams because if you don't win this, you don't get nothing, bro. No Champions League,
It's so much
no
at stake.
European football, no trophy, nothing.
that's true. That's a big gamble you took.
This means a lot.
this means a lot to
No
both
Conference League, no
clubs, bro.
nothing.
This is such a massive game, bro. It's such a massive game.
Come on,
And
United.
so now
United.
there's going to be 5. Regardless, there's going to be 6 EPL teams in the Champions League next season.
Facts.
Regardless,
Okay, I see
which
what
is
you're saying.
like
That's
The
good.
best league in the
Now,
world.
let's continue on to something here. I know Logan doesn't want to talk about it. He probably hates that I even that I put this into the topics. Palace, Crystal Palace
FA Cup champions.
I'm
defeats
happy for
Man
them.
City in the
I'm happy
FA
for them.
Cup.
The Eagles.
The Eagles are soaring higher than they ever have, is what the commentary said. I mean, this is massive for them. You love to see storylines like this. The fans were going absolutely mental. They were going wild. Pep Guardiola looked like he was fed up, looked like he needed to go to the
mad,
restroom.
Very mad.
He was very, very mad. The goalkeeper Henderson was chirping at him
Oh, yeah,
there at the end?
Yeah, they were
It
talking
looked
mess
like
to
he
each
told him
other,
something
yeah.
like that. I caught some of it. The camera caught some of it. But Bali, your thoughts on Crystal Palace
I'm
with
happy
this
for
historic
them.
trophy?
I'm happy for them, honestly. I feel like they work hard. They played a... Man City had so many opportunities, though. I mean, they just... Henderson saved them. He had like 3 world-class saves. And he really just stamped on it. And he said, you know what? We're not leaving here without winning. So they won. And I'm happy for the fans. There was a guy on TV. He was an old man. He was like 70 years old.
70
And he was
years
saying
old.
like, hey, I've never thought this was going to happen. I thought I was going to die without seeing my club win. But you know what? I'm 70 and it happened.
That's a
So that's a great
video.
story, you know. That's great stuff, you know. And I'm happy for Crystal Palace, you know. They deserved it, honestly.
Damn, I hope that's not me with Austin FC, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It could be us. We could be 80, 70.
Imagine.
Imagine.
No, bro.
Imagine. But look, this is what the Palace fans went through.
At that point, sell the club if it's the same ownership. But yeah, no, 100%.
No, they have. They've been
Yeah.
through a couple owners, so that might happen with Austin. If we don't know, we don't know.
No, but I'm
Here in 80
happy.
years,
I'm
we don't
happy
know.
for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I'm very
100%.
happy for them.
Yeah,
happy
I'm
for 'em.
tired of City winning the cup
Yeah,
every
City win
year.
everything.
Come on,
City
someone
win
new.
everything all the time.
They've been
That's
racking up all the cups in England. Like, damn,
Yeah.
give it to someone else. So.
Defend your club, mate.
I mean, it's hard to, right? It's definitely, you know, Pep, they were saying this is Pep's first season without getting something, but Haaland even came out and was like, well, when you win, you know, 4 in a row, you know, if you don't get the 5th one, the season doesn't really mean nothing. So I'm talking about Premier League, but not even getting trophies. I mean, it's a tough one, but yeah, I mean, they came out strong. They scored early. We missed a penalty or a penalty save. So, I mean, talking about not walking away with anything, but, you know what I mean? Hopefully we get in that Champions League race and, you know.
So y'all ain't getting no chip this year. Just like Arsenal.
Oh, boo-hoo.
You know, but you
Just
know
like
what? No,
Arsenal.
but Man
Just like
City will
Arsenal.
be back. You know, they're
Just
gonna
like
go
Arsenal.
invest some money. I'm
Just
telling you right
like-
now.
wait,
They're
who-
gonna go invest.
we got
Are
a
y'all
couple people
getting
on
a
the
chip,
radar.
bro? No?
No.
Wait,
We got
no.
a chip. We
Wait,
got a
wait,
chip. Our
wait.
chip is that Barca didn't win the Champions League. That's our chip.
That's your chip?
That's our chip.
Bro,
That's our
some
chip.
Madrid fans are going to hear that and be pissed. You said that.
It's just deeper than that.
Okay,
bro.
but no
It's
chip
deeper
though.
than
But no
that.
chip though.
No chip.
No chip
No
though.
chip. No
Hey,
chip.
no chip though.
Oh, shit. What goes up got to come down, you know what I mean?
Nah,
Chelsea ain't gonna win a chip either.
No,
Oh.
Chelsea's in the final.
Chelsea's not gonna, yeah,
We
they're
in a final, man.
They're in a final. Being
Real-
in a final is
Yeah.
different than winning a
They
chip.
could.
I'm just-
It's
You
gonna
gotta
be a
win
good
the game.
It's gonna be a good
Yeah.
game.
You gotta
too.
win the game,
Hey,
buddy.
when's your game?
We had 15 of
Oh,
them.
when's your game? Oh, when's your game?
Hey, bro.
Oh,
we
they-
lost,
oh,
man.
when's
this
my
guy.
game? When's
We
my
lost,
game?
man.
You hear this guy?
It's coming up, brother. It's coming up, and we'll see who celebrates a chip in this
I
room.
wouldn't be mad.
All right. Now, gentlemen, on the City note, there's a rumor that has to do with Austin FC, and apparently, well, I don't know if it's much of a rumor. It's kind of
It was
settled
news,
now.
it was news, it was
The
news.
dust settled.
The dust settled.
The dust settled.
It hit Sky News.
The
all
curtain
that.
was pulled.
did,
It went
did.
crazy. It went
crazy.
to
ESPN.
Transfer Market.
Transfer Market,
posted about
ESPN,
it.
Sky News.
Kevin De Bruyne was apparently trying to make a move happen with Austin FC. There was apparent conversations with the Verde and Black and Kevin De Bruyne. The agreement couldn't be done. They couldn't come to a contract agreement. The money wasn't there. The number wasn't there, apparently. Austin FC is a team that has money, has spent the money. So you got to wonder what happened there. I wonder if maybe the demands were too high. We don't know much more than that. But B, what are your initial thoughts on the fact that Kevin De Bruyne, had a little bit of a rub there with Austin FC and came close to wearing these colors?
To me, it was wild. It was so wild that that we would affiliate ourselves with this caliber of player. Like, this is a
name you wouldn't believe.
This is a name you wouldn't believe. This is like a top tier, as high as it goes, as far as bringing a talent to your club. This sort of signing goes beyond the pitch. It's almost like it brings Austin FC into a more global, like, just it elevates this club, bro. It's a massive signing, right? But the reasoning for it was the demands were just way too high. I mean, come on, we know what kind of money this is going to take to bring a player like this to the league. This
also no DP spot available. Kevin De Bruyne would be a free agent, so it's not about the transfer fee. It's just what you're going to pay him. But as a DP, you only pay him $600,000 against the books, and then the ownership pays him everything after that.
That is true, and that's why as soon as this was brought to light, I was like, but we don't have any spots open. Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind. We don't have any spots open, and then the frustration grew even more because of who those spots belong to, when the possibility of having KDB. So the fact that, we missed out on signing KDB because we got these three players who are, not performing. Like, some fans came out like, this is unacceptable.
The timing of the news was tough.
And then rumors come out, Red Star Belgrade might want to buy Bukari back.
Yeah.
So what was now? This rumor comes out now. Wait, let's KDB talk. We can bring that right back. Yeah. Because guess what? A DP spot might open up.
Now,
so a lot of stuff is going on right now.
The initial rumor did come from Eric Goodman, who he doesn't name the source. He just says the source within the league is what he says, right? An MLS source.
It was within for sure.
That Kevin De Bruyne's camp reached out to Austin FC expressing interest in a move to ATX. Now, this definitely shook the Austin FC fan base, especially after the performances against ATL. And like I said, the timing of it was very, very difficult for the fan base to kind of swallow. You know what I'm saying? It was very, very difficult.
And I'm going to call something out, bro. Some people came out right away and were like, nah, this signing? Nah, like, we don't need this. What kind of talk is that, bro?
Wow.
That is the most wild talk. The fact that you say...
He's 34?
Ilie is 34.
Matter,
who would you rather have?
Who does it? Exactly. It does not matter. And you know who you are. That is a shit take, brother. That is a poop take. KDB is available. Come here. You bring him to this club, brother. I don't want to hear it.
And you're also going to pay him like $10 million a year, bro.
But it's KDB. And then you look on the pitch. What do we need? What are some fans that are screaming that what we need? Let me tell you what we need, Bali. We need a number 10 that can make the passes, connect the defense to the offense.
Exactly.
What is KDB's best attributes, brother, of his whole entire career? He's doing just that.
Arguably one of the best in the world.
I mean, to me, I had to call that out.
We'll break the bank. Break the bank. We'll break the bank.
Well, let's break the bank.
Go ahead, buy him, AP.
Call
Logan,
AP.
What'd you think of this?
Yeah, I think it's more so like you were mentioning the MLS roster rules and regulations, right? Salary cap restrictions. I think if their positions were open, slots were open, this is something that definitely could be serious in contention for. Like I mentioned on the space that we had the other night, I don't think it's too much of a surprise that Roto has had a conversation, especially because KDB's been shopping. Like, he's been talking to different teams. He's been talking to Chicago Fire,
Liverpool.
Yeah, he's been talking, so he's looking for a new home. So
Liverpool's in the mix, yeah.
I wasn't too surprised, but the other part of Goodman's information was that it was recently reached out. The camp recently reached out. So it's,
Because there's a connection there, too.
Yeah, there's something. So
that was his assistant coach.
Maybe like Fire hits him up. I don't really like Fire, but Rodo's over here. Let me call Rodo.
Exactly. So
the weather, though, man, you gotta think about it.
He's gonna die here, bro. He comes here. He's gonna die, bro.
If that's the case, if that's the mentality we have to have, then we can never look at international signings. If it's always gonna be nobody can play here, then we just always got to sign from somebody.
But Rodo, I don't know if y'all remember a press conference that Rodo had. He was saying that when it comes to recruiting, they look at players from South America,
Right.
players from there, because they know the climate. Rolo mentioned that.
Yeah.
That they have to bring players in another region. It was kind of like, I think it was a press conference where he was saying how there was coaches that didn't want to take this job because it was so hot.
Right.
They said that we have to train at 12. You can't do it
Yeah.
at 12 because it's so hot.
Kinda
And
why
that's
he
why
went
they
with
got
Nico.
Nico.
Yeah.
Because Nico knows this region very well.
So you're telling me that the potential of not getting KDB is because it's too hot.
Are you surprised? I mean, it gets 105 here.
It gets hot.
It
I
gets
think I
hot.
think it was a little bit of money and everything all around. The timing also.
No,
KDB
but
shopping around.
But
We're
if
already
you go
full,
through the
you know?
checklist and you check off the money, you check off the DP spot, is there a check box that says too hot?
Well,
Question mark?
Rolo told us
nah,
himself that
I don't-
has been an issue
I
with
don't
some
think
coaches.
so. But
Coaches
I
turn
So
down the
if
job
assistant
because of
coaches
that.
are turning down this, I mean,
I don't know
I mean-
if players would, but Rolo said that there were coaches that turned down the job because they said it was impossible to work in the Texas heat. That's on press conference.
and that's not a fair shout.
I mean, it is hot,
to
but-
imagine 12 going out to. I mean, come on.
I mean, you're not saying that you start at 12, but I'm sure they start practice at like 9, 10 a.m. At 12, the sun is at its peak. You're still probably in your session. But what they probably do is, I mean, I don't know what the timing is for the trainings, but you probably have a session in the morning, you break, and then you come back for a session in the afternoon. I don't know.
And to the people saying, it was just Texas, that, dude, I've been here all my life. It's hot.
Yeah.
All right? I don't care. I don't care. I've been here all my life. It is hot. I know it's different to people that aren't used to this weather that come here. Then I'm like, this is nothing. I get it. But, bro, you can't cap. It's hot, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Gentlemen, anything else that we want to add on the pod? Any other topics? Any
Yes,
details?
I would like to bring up the fact that Barcelona won La Liga.
Hey,
They
Barca,
won La Liga.
hey.
Lamine Yamal with a banger.
Yamil?
Oh,
Yamal?
another banger. How many bangers this guy got? This kid, because he's
Nah,
17.
The kid is
Bangers
going. The
only.
kid is,
So
Can we look into his age?
the kid is
I don't-
different.
He's
I don't
17.
think- I don't think it's confirmed that he's 17.
for real?
Well,
I don't think.
No,
I
it
do
is.
not think
It
it's
is.
confirmed.
He's 17. He's 17.
Look
He's
at-
17.
bring up
It's
the birth
not confirmed.
certificate.
He's 17.
Really?
He's
He's
17.
He was
I
born
heard
July
this.
13, 2007.
I think that's still in limbo. I think they're saying he might be 32.
He was born in 2007, bro.
Either way, he
On
owns
paper.
Madrid.
Oh my god! No, you know what? To be serious, Lamine Yamal has shut me up more than any player in recent history.
What a player.
I mean,
What a player.
I said he should have started in the Euros. He ends up winning the Euros for Spain.
And being an important role.
Being an important role. I mean, he comes on with Barcelona. He's changed the recent history of this year, right? I mean, he's made everybody forget about Vinicius' stellar year last year. He's made everybody forget about that Real Madrid has beaten Barcelona 4 times, leading into their 4-game dominance, right? The dominance in El Clásico goes up and down.
Yeah.
But the media just, makes people forget so easy. But this year was Barca's year. You
Yeah.
got to give them credit. You got to really just give them their praise, and especially Lamine Yamal and Hansi Flick. Hansi
Hansi
Flick more
Flick.
than anything.
Yeah.
More than anything, Hansi Flick. And Lamine
No,
Yamal. Just shut
every
me up.
time I see Barca play this season, whether it be in the Champions
Rafinha
League.
as well.
Rafinha as
played
well.
very well.
But every time I see Barca play, whether it's in the Champions League, whether it's in La Liga, whatever, every game that I fit, when the games end, and I turn the TV off, the same thing stays on my mind, bro. What a player Lamine Yamal is,
What a
bro.
player, bro.
Like,
What a player.
it's just, it's so apparent.
300 million for him. Watch,
The
200
future
million.
for sure.
Now
He's
he
probably worth $500 million.
had
easy.
He had a crazy quote. Not the one about the like on the photo that we talked about before, but he said, I don't know if this is official or not, but I saw it on a respectable media outlet where he said, like, Madrid can talk or whatnot, but until you beat me, then you can talk. And I don't think that this Madrid has beaten Yamal's Barcelona. They didn't this year.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So
Madrid has never beaten Lamine Yamal.
Wow.
That's what he
Madrid
said.
hasn't beaten Yamal's
Wow.
Barcelona.
He said, as long as I'm winning, they can't say anything to me. When they beat me, then you can.
Oh,
This
this kid is
4-0.
17.
4-0.
17.
Beanie.
And bro, but you go back and Real Madrid, the pictures that Vini posted, the pictures that Mbappe posted, tagging these players, like there's a little thing going on.
It's the culture.
It's the culture,
Yeah, yeah.
and I like it.
Madrid, look, Madrid,
I like
Madrid
it.
likes to
This
talk.
is a Clásico. This is a
Madrid
rivalry.
likes to talk, and they got boom spanked in the booty.
No.
And Barcelona gave it to him bad.
That's why they look. And I'm going to say this, mate. Barca won the La Liga. They won the Copa del Rey. But I sleep so good knowing that they didn't win the Champions League. So good, bro. Because that's what
They
they
should
want.
have. Let me tell you
That's
something.
what
They should have
want.
won the Champions League. They should be in the final, and they
You
should
know-
win it all because they're the best team in the world right now.
Better than Arsenal.
Yeah,
Wow.
Inter.
Yeah, they're better than us.
They weren't better than Inter.
Him and I think PSG and Barca right now are just fighting for it right now.
And who do you think is going to win the Champions League?
PSG.
PSG?
Yeah, PSG got it.
PSG? Primo? Champions League final? Who got it?
Inter.
Inter.
On Inter too.
You're an Inter fan, aren't you? Like low key?
I like their.
I think you have a jersey.
They have
like
a-
it.
like the jerseys or
Inter.
what?
What's going on here, Primo? What's going on here,
Inter is
Primo?
a good team, bro.
We got Tottenham, we got Inter,
Tottenham.
Madrid. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
That's why Inter didn't win, bro.
Logan, who do you got man, for the Champions League final?
Yeah, I said last time PSG. I mean, just like to see them do it without the big names.
I got PSG. I want to
Yep.
see Luis Enrique. I want to see Luis Enrique lift the trophy, mate. I want to see him.
Me too.
He has a very special story leading into it.
And he's a great guy too. I've seen his interviews. Great guy, man.
He called Mbappe out, and he's pretty much
Yeah.
he's ready to coach. He's ready to lift this trophy without Mbappe.
He's one of the greatest.
And he's got
honestly.
a weird vibe to him where you could tell he's locked in, bro.
No,
he's a
you could
weirdo.
tell he's
You can-
crazy.
yeah,
You
he
could tell
is.
he's
That's
crazy.
Oh, he's a weirdo.
Nah, you
That's
could
what
tell
I
he's
wanted to
crazy.
say, but I didn't want to say. But you said it right. He's got something to him. Where you could tell
Yeah, you
at
could
night
tell
when
he's
he's
crazy.
alone, he's locked in, bro. Tactics,
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
can tell
yeah,
something's
yeah.
going on.
Oh,
For sure.
100%.
For sure.
Would you ever like Luis Enrique to coach Austin FC?
Oh, I would love to. I would love it.
I mean,
I
dream
would,
of that,
that would be
yeah.
a dream.
I mean,
it's
one day that
dreaming.
could be something
That'd
that
be a
happens.
dream.
That'd be a
That'd
dream.
be a
yeah.
dream.
Mark my
Honestly.
words. After the stint in Brazil, Ancelotti could coach MLS.
I'm good on Ancelotti.
What part number is this?
Ancelotti could coach in
I'm
MLS.
good. I'm good on Ancelotti. I'll take David. I want David Ancelotti. I'll take his son.
David Ancelotti.
I'll take his son.
Oh my.
I'd rather his son
Wait,
than
his son's coaching?
His
Yeah,
assistant-
he's about to.
His assistant.
He's about to be the
You didn't know
Rangers.
this?
Nepotism.
He's
You
gonna.
didn't know this?
He's gonna be
I
a
didn't
coach.
know this.
Bro,
Ancelotti's assistant is his son.
he's the one that does the
I did
job
not
for
know
him.
this.
Yeah.
Like the son's the one that tells the dad what to do. And oh yeah, you're right. And he tweaks. it.
He's his Davy. He's his
Yeah.
Davy Arnaud.
Exactly.
But all right, guys, we'll be back next week to talk about the
Our US Open
US
win.
Open Cup win.
Yeah.
The
Right?
opponent that Austin FC will face, America's situation, where
America's-
they're at.
We could be on the
America's
verge
in the
of.
final with Toluca, and that would be great. You know.
If America wins
Bro, I'm telling you right
the
now.
tie with Cruz Azul, makes it to the final,
Wins the quad.
And they win the
wins
quad.
the against Toluca, which is
Goated.
a great Toluca right now.
Goated.
Great
Goated.
This is a great Toluca.
Great Toluca.
Goated.
And they beat LAFC, make it into the Club World Cup. I ain't saying nothing anymore.
Goated.
I'm
Goated.
done. I'm done saying anything anymore.
Nah, but
I'm
I,
done.
You're
I
having
think
me
it's
up.
gonna be tough, B. I don't think
It's
I'll
gonna be really, really tough. I'm telling you right now. Tonight, the game's at 8 p.m. tonight. You're gonna be listening to this. The game's already over.
Let's get it. Let's
Look
get
up
it.
the score.
Let's get it. America.
This game is really gonna affect me, bro.
fuck it, bro.
Like the timing of the Club World Cup has amped everything for me, brother.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
At work,
Whatever
everybody's
happens,
talking
bro.
about it.
Hey, bro, whatever
Everybody-
I have
happens,
a
bro,
sticker
cry
on my
about it,
arm.
bro.
Old man,
Cry.
the old man were talking about it
I have
too.
bro. I've talked my way into a situation at work.
They were talking about the handball.
I've talked my way into a situation where I don't know if I can get out of it if we lose tomorrow. I might call in. It's not how bad it is right now.
Hey,
So,
call in, drag up, and pick another side.
hey, I'm gonna call my apprentice. Hey, can you bring my tools out for me?
But all right, let's see what happens. Next part, we will be recapping all these games that we talked about. Bali, you leaving this pod feeling good?
I'm feeling great and amazing.
Shout out to Juanito for the gift.
Shout out Juanito.
The
Yeah,
show
hey,
is-
when I go to LA, I'm telling you, I got something for you.
Shout
Juanito.
out to Prime Bite Burgers as well. I checked them out at the Elgin Fit Festival. They were
Prime
really
Bite-
good.
Is sponsorship or-
No, it's just friend with a
Okay.
local business. burger
Prime-
business.
Prime bite.
Prime
Prime
Bite
Bite. I'm
Burger.
gonna slide by.
Check them out on social media. They
Yeah.
have they don't have a location set. They pop up in different festivals or whatnot. They got like a trailer and cosas así.
Okay.
But good burger. I got the most selling one, the Poblano, if I'm not mistaken.
Poblano.
Cheeseburger, ham,
Ooh.
Egg. No.
ham, and then all the like
Damn, ham.
Veggies.
Doritos,
That sounds kinda
lettuce.
good.
Okay.
Really good stuff.
Jalapenos. No.
Man, that sounds good right now.
Jalapenos,
I'm
really good.
I'm hungry. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I'm talking about thick patty.
Oh,
Thick patty.
thick.
Thicky.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
I'm
but
pulling
anyways.
up. I'm pulling up.
Tell them to pull up. Who
Also,
got it? You got
tell
it.
them pull up with the
Shout
burgers.
shout out to Tu Pepito sponsorship
Tu
collaboration
Pepito.
that we're gonna have going on here soon.
Tu Pepito.
Venezuelan food.
Come on, bro.
I'm excited
Let's
for.
act our
I'm
hate,
excited for
Primo.
Tu Pepito.
Tu Pepito. My G's.
I'm excited for it. So we'll see how it goes.
Venezuelan food. I checked it out.
Venezuelan food.
I checked it out.
Hey, have you ate Venezuelan food?
I checked it out. They are really good. They have something called tequeños, which
Pequeñito.
Alex told me that it's a very, very famous food down there in Venezuela. But they also have burgers, sandwiches,
dogs.
hot dogs. But here you can check out their.
Oh, they have
social
hot
media.
dogs, bro. Oh,
Really good spot. And it's located in North Austin, not too far from
In
Q2
the
Stadium.
hood.
So expect a lot of content with them and their logo on some of our stuff.
Vamos.
So we'll see you soon, guys. Have a good work week.